One of the biggest keys in any football game is the team that wins the turnover battle. We got 5 turnovers. We had 2 interceptions and 3 fumble recoveries, 2 of which went back for a touchdown. Okay? Defensive scoring 14 points is a huge impact on the game. So, factor in the field goal, offense sticking it in the house 4 times, which is one of our goals. I mean, that elates the score. So defensively, the big deal is we made stops and we got the ball back.
What's the most important thing in the game against Delta?
They run the ball extremely well. They're very well coached. They'll be a very physical team. They play sound defense. But it boils down to the same thing every week. There's 3 phases to the game. 1, we've got to control the line of scrimmage. Offensively and defensively, we have to control the guys up front. The second thing is, as we talked about, we have to win the turnover battle again. We want a +3 ratio every game, to have 3 positive turnovers to no turnovers on the offensive side. And third, we've got to make impact on special teams. We've got to improve field position. We've got to get a return. We've got to get a turnover. Okay, we've got to make an impact on the special teams. And that goes without saying for any opponent. The same is going to be for Delta. Delta runs the ball well. They run the trap well. They're sound on defense, running the 3-5 scheme. And so we've got to play sound.
I think it's interesting that you say that you put a lot of emphasis on special teams getting you good field position.
Right.
If they do get you good field position, how does that set up the rest of your team?
Well, first of all, it changes your play calling on the offensive side. Maybe you're in positive field position where you can take a shot for the end zone right away. Whereas if you get field position at the -10, you're a little more conservative with your play calling. Secondly, on the defensive side, if we get a stop inside the 20-yard line, then we can do things play calling wise, blitzing, coverage wise, that we can have a little more aggression at that point.
You guys have had 3 weeks of practice so far. What's impressive?
They've done a tremendous job of organizing, leading, teaching young guys, and doing a tremendous job within the program.
Since I spoke to Chris and you talked about that senior leadership, can you talk about his leadership skills?
Yeah, Chris was not a starter for us last year. Grant Wilson was our starting quarterback, and he was filling big shoes. But over the off season, in the weight room at quarterback through the summer, he did a great job of being a leader of the offensive side. And that's something that we needed. When you graduate good players, then it's time for other good players to step up and fill those shoes. And Chris has done a good job of that.